Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm a professional astrologer, and you can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com, and there's a live link right below this video in the information section, so click on that. Contact me if you would like your own private session in regards to anything here or anything else. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Today, December 2015, for the sign of Taurus or Taurus rising. Now, what we got going on here on December 4th is a lot of beautiful fire energy. We have Venus in Sagittarius, Sag. You guys always get a short nickname. You're the only one. Everybody else sounds funny if you try to make a short nickname out of it. But anyways, back to Venus in Sagittarius, making a trine aspect to Jupiter and Leo. The Sun is in Sagittarius, making a trine aspect to Uranus and Aries. This is almost a grand trine. It's a little wide in a bunch of different, one corner of it. The Jupiter is a little wide to make it a grand trine, but still, all this fire energy is about getting out there, having some fun, expressing your ideas, getting into some great projects. It's still early in December, so if you have some holiday projects you want to do, this is fabulous energy to do that. This is for everybody. This is also fabulous energy for shopping. Venus and Sag, we're going to buy gaudy things. Trine Jupiter in Leo, even more gaudy things. And Jupiter's retrograde, so we're going to spend too much. All right? You don't have to. I'm just saying. That's a potential. And then with the Sun and Uranus in a trine aspect as well, that is just excitement, excitement, excitement. It's great for partying, great for having a good time, great for shopping too much and spending too much money, or overindulging in anything. Then on December 5th, let's move on. Mercury is also in the sign of Sagittarius. That sometimes means we have an open mouth, insert foot problem. Okay. It's making a trine aspect to Uranus and Aries as well. So this can be a problem. This just means that if there's a conversation that you need to have it. And please be aware of how you speak to whomever it is you're speaking with. I want you to really focus in and be kind, be fun, be honest, because the truth can come out with an aspect like this, and you can just blurt it out, and it's okay to tell the truth, but sometimes the truth needs to be brought out in a kinder, gentler way. Sagittarius, while it is fun and energetic energy, it is also about speaking the truth or holding the truth back. And when it's connected with Uranus the way it is, with Mercury in Sag, connected with Uranus and Aries, things can get blurted out. Uranus is still retrograde, so something can come up. Be careful and just mind your words. Don't get all hot under the collar about something. Mind your words if you can. Because the next day is the full moon. So December 6th is the full moon in Gemini. Gemini is Mercury. Mercury is Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. So Mercury has been activated already. The full moon in the sign of Gemini. That means the Sun is in Sagittarius. We already know that. I already mentioned it. So the full moon in Gemini just means something needs to be said, needs to come up and out, because the full moon is the culmination of energy. It's a culmination of what's being reflected to us. It's at 7:27 a.m. on the East Coast. And for you, Taurus, this happens in your second house of values. What I value. What I value in me, what I value in you, the things I have around me that I value, the skills and talents that I use, the money that I earn. So we have this full moon in that second house, and when the full moon's in that second house, you're being shown, the full moon is about awareness, and so with that full moon in Gemini in your second house, Taurus, it is showing you what you value, and what it will show you, and since it's a full moon, it will probably show you what you don't want, so you're able to see what you do want. This does not have to be a problem. All you need to do is just, you're being made aware of something. It's just the way us humans are. We're sometimes a little dense. So the universe has to give us heavy signals. This isn't personally in my second house, so we'll see how that works out for me too. You know, what do I value? I know what I value. And something will come up in my life at that point, I'm sure, that will remind me of what I value in one way or another. The same thing will happen for you, especially if you have Taurus rising. All right? So keep that in mind, and that's what full moons are all about. And if you know there's something in your life that you want to get rid of and something that doesn't belong, something that doesn't fit, then you write it down and you burn it and you release it after the full moon has peaked. 7:23 a.m. on the East Coast. Adjust according to wherever you live. We are in standard time once again here on the East Coast. Let's move on. All right, not even halfway there yet. So hang in there, Taurus. I know you can do it. You guys are good at that. Next, on December 8th, the Sun and Mercury are conjunct finally. They've been kind of neck and neck for a little while, and now they are conjunct. They work together. When anything is conjunct to the Sun, that means they are, you might hear the word combust at times. It basically simply means that they will work together, not independently. So if there is some action that you need to take, because that's Sun in Sagittarius, then you'll just take it, you know, and you really won't think about it, because Mercury is just going to do whatever the Sun wants it to do. And that's why I was saying it's like we need to be very careful about our words, because this Mercury and Sagittarius definitely can say stuff, and they're always known for putting their foot in their mouth. So be cautious of that best you can. All right, and that is in your solar. What solar house is that in for you? I didn't do the math on that one. That's in your solar 9th house. Nope, your solar 8th house. There you go. And that solar 8th house is all about outside resources and other people's resources. So if you need to call the bank or a credit card company and discuss something that financially is going on in your life, then this is actually a good day to do it, right after the full moon. Okay? Straighten out some issues. All right, moving on to December 10th, we have a Venus moving into the sign of Capricorn in your solar 9th house, Taurus. And what that means is that this is going on in your 9th house. And your 9th house is about higher education. Venus in Capricorn is logical, practical. So now that we have Venus in Capricorn, we're not going to spend so much. So if you spend before December 10th, you might overspend. If you spend after December 10th, you're going to be more practical about your gift buying for your holiday season. Now with it in your 9th house, what that is all about is that you're going to be looking at something that's more educational. You might end up wanting to do something educational for yourself. Take a class, or at least look into classes, schedule them for the next year, whatever the case may be. That is something that you could be looking into. And again, Venus is our finances as well. So Venus in Capricorn, it can be, you're really just going to pull this, you know, tighten the purse strings a little bit. That's all. It's okay. It's no big deal. But it is a transit that's happening that you want to know about. So I'm going to move on. December 12th, Mercury still in the sign of Sagittarius. It's almost out, but right now it's still in. Makes a trine aspect to Jupiter. And on the 14th of December, the Sun makes a trine aspect to Jupiter as well. That's because those two are conjunct. The Sun and Mercury are conjunct, but Mercury has moved ahead a little quicker than the Sun, and it meets Jupiter sooner than the Sun does. In this 2-day period, December 10th to the 14th, actually 3-day period, there is again a lot of excitement around moving and shopping and all the holiday hub and all the holiday buzz, and it can even involve your work, your education, what's going on in your 9th house. Is this your 9th house? Nope, sorry, again, your 8th house, and then also your 4th house. So this is home and family as well. So I'm just looking at my chart. And so this is home and family. So there's something going on there. And basically it's just decorating for the holidays and just preparing for whatever holiday you celebrate. And there's a lot of excitement around that. So this is good energy for that. So it's actually a pretty decent month up until the 15th. And then on the 15th, but we're going to be feeling this through the whole month, but on the 15th of December, we have the 6th time that Uranus and Pluto have been in an exact square with each other since June 2012. Now, with that being said, what's been going on with this? We've got one more hit in March. This is again on December 15th, but these planets have been neck and neck since since 2012. So the thing is like, they're not too far from each other. They go to their own corners, but they always come back to the center and meet up. And they are here for the planet. You can look at your own chart and see where that is specifically and that can be done in a private session, but it's the 9th house and the 12th house for you, Taurus. So that's education, and then it's also things that you know you fear that are coming up. But that's just a really rough explanation, and you would need a private session to do that if you want. But in the long run, what we got with this is this is a planetary shift, and we know it's been going on since 2012. It is all about breaking down the old systems, that Pluto and Capricorn. Pluto and Capricorn's been there since 2008, so it actually started back then. But when Uranus finally came in 2012, you know, the world was getting pretty upset, if you will. I could use a different word. They're getting a little upset with the structure of what the government has produced and the structure of that. And there's just been, it helps us to be very rebellious and very independent, to change the old structure, to change the old world. This is global. And it happens on a personal level because we're all individuals connected. So what it is that we need to do is we need to do our own personal work and do the changes that we need to change, do the things that we need to do. You know, become more independent, free ourselves from the old situations, the old paradigm, just the old ways of believing. And if you've felt your changes since 2012, we're not done yet. We will be done in March of 2015. But this energy is all about us shedding the old skin and the old ways of thinking. So if you're listening, hopefully you're one of those people that has been working on your own personal power, your own personal situations to make your life better. I mean, when you make your life better, the next person is better, and the next person, and there's this this snowball effect that happens. And that's how the world changes, because we start becoming more independent and not so blind, and we're not so much sheep. So work through your own dense energy, what you have of it. Meditate, get out in nature, do the things that are good for you to center, you know, really just to Om right here in the center. And that's what we need to do with this Uranus and Pluto square. You know, it's not the end of the world, it's just the end of the old world, which is fine because we're all still here. There's so much to say about that. I want to move on, though, to finish the month of December for you, Taurus. So next, on December 16th, we have Mercury will be moving into Capricorn. Again, that's in your 9th house. And what that is telling me is that you are enlightening yourself. You are working through something that is all about enlightening you and expanding your awareness. That's what that 9th house is. It's higher education. It's a metaphysical education in a way. Metaphysical means spiritual. Or it could just be that you're learning something new that's going to advance your career or advance your life in any way that is important for you. So with Mercury and Capricorn, we can just really put our nose to the grindstone and just become very logical and practical in our communications. And I know that's kind of, well, what a bummer at Christmas time, but you know what, that's okay. You know, it's all right to be doing some things and having fun, and then also to being serious about the things that are important for us. Again, higher education for you. All right, I want to move on to December 20th. We're almost at the end of the season here of fall. I know, huh? For us here in the Northern Hemisphere. It's getting into summer for you in the Southern Hemisphere. Yay, I'm going to come visit. I'm going to Australia. Invite me. Someone invite me. I got Taurus rising. I like to see fun places and have someone help me out with that. Anyways, December 20th, what can I put out there? I don't know what I'm going to get. Venus in Capricorn makes a square to Uranus and Aries, and that goes from your 2nd house to your 9th house. Again, what I value. And then all of that energy is, and that's not correct. It doesn't go to those 2 houses, sorry. It isn't. Venus is in the 9th house. And the Aries is in the 12th house. There we go. Okay. Needless to say, sorry I confused that, and I'm not retaping this one. Venus in Capricorn is logical and practical. Squaring Aries, Uranus and Aries, and that's all about being free and independent. And that square is a challenge. So there is a challenge between what it is we need to do and what it is we want to do. All right? And that mainly is what it comes down to. It's just what I need to do and what I want to do. There is a bit of a challenge there to make these two things come together. We also have on that same day, on December 20th, is Venus makes a conjunction to Pluto. in Capricorn, again in your ninth house, which is again that expanding your awareness. Each one of the zodiac signs this month is going to have a couple of big hits in one area, and for you, Taurus, it's in your ninth house of higher education and expanding your awareness and just learning things that you don't already know and just wanting to discover and enjoy that. And even some of it can be that you travel and you learn through travel and fun. Yay, I would do that. So keep that in mind and work on that. And that's really close to the solstice. It's the day before the solstice, which is on December 21st. It's Yule. It's the winter solstice. All right. The sun moves into Capricorn at 6:03 p.m. The moon moves into Capricorn at 8:25. And then we have a new moon at 8:36. All p.m. East Coast time in the United States. This is 0 degrees of Capricorn. We have a new moon. It seems the new moons lately have all been at the 0 degrees the last few months, all at the 0 degree of a zodiac sign, which means the potential is endless as to how we can use this. This is in your ninth house. See, there you go. Pluto's there too. So you've got all kinds of great things going on there. Transformation is happening. Pluto's been in that ninth house for a long time, since 2008 when it moved into Capricorn. So that just means all this time. How many years is that? That's 8 years, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry, 6 years. I'm not a mathematician. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. All right, all of this is happening in your ninth house, and with it happening in your ninth house, you know, you're already used to the shifts and changes that have been going on for the last 6 years. There you go, I could say that, right? And so now is an opportunity to set yourself some new goals, all right? It is career related, since it's Capricorn. It's what you want to be known for, so it's career related, and you'll be able to work this easily. Okay, next I'm going to go to the 23rd of December. The 23rd of December, Saturn, he's the natural ruler of Capricorn. He finally gets out of Scorpio. Been in Scorpio for 2.5 years. Moves into Sagittarius for the next 3-4 months. He'll go back. He's going to retrograde. So next year he will be in Scorpio for just a little while. But in the meantime, on December 23rd, Saturn moving into Sagittarius. It's all about, again, education. More education. It's in your ninth house. I mean, no, it's in your 8th house. Within in your 8th house, that could actually help you get some funding if you are needing some financing, some funding, some grants or something to help you with your education. It's one way to work it. But this is also just somebody who has a very carefree attitude about work. Or if you're too carefree, this is going to help kind of you to solidify some things in regards to your work. And it's a 2.5-year transit. So that's just a brief little bit on it, and you'll learn more about it as over the next 2.5 years as it moves through that sign. Now I want to go with Christmas Day, December 25th. All right, 2015. Mercury conjuncts Pluto on that day. All right. Now I want you just to be cautious of what you say around your family. If there's something that is a bone of contention in your family or wherever you happen to be, just keep it to yourself. Just promise you'll keep it to yourself, because with Mercury conjunct Pluto, there's just some things that can come up that can just cause some deep pain and deep hurt. Now on the other side of that coin, is that if there's something that really truly needs to come up, and it can come up in a compassionate, loving way, and you can resolve a lifelong issue with somebody, then this is an opportunity to do that too. So make sure if you have something to say like this, or a situation like this comes up, make sure you check in with yourself that the motivation is comes from the heart. And it comes from a place of love and compassion. And that's the best thing that we can do with that energy. All right. Now, finally, I want to end with, I want to end December 31st. You know what? The simplest thing, the moon's in Taurus. Eat, drink, and be merry. Have a good time. Happy New Year. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. I wouldn't be here. I'm living my passion. I'm doing my passion. And there's nothing like that, because it's just help spread the joy, I guess. I don't know. Thank you very much. Oh, blessed be. And I would say namaste. Truly namaste.